Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. We have a beautiful candle here. 2 skulls. Definitely, this is the spooky season. And weird things happen in the spooky season. Bizarre things happen in the spooky season. Many of the masks we wear tend to fall. The daggers will be felt tonight. The daggers. But I thought we would bring some zen in with the candle, along with the 2 skulls. Just something about skulls I love. They represent us once the flesh is no more. Here I have 2. Hear no evil. See no evil. But speak to some evil. I really couldn't find the 3rd skeleton, so I was a little bummed out by that. That's why it's not there. Okay. So settle in, everyone. I'm in such a festive mood and a mood of keeping it real. I have my beautiful bloody drink. Delicious. And I have these cute little flashlights. They light up in the night. Pretty cool. So I'm just giving people a chance to come in. This is a live stream. And give yourself a round of applause for being alive today. Give yourself a round of applause for waking up in your right mind. And just being ever so thankful. A lot of us are in positions because we've earned it. We've worked hard. But it never supersedes doing the right thing when you're faced with adversity, misunderstandings, intentional, all of that. We must learn to rise to our occasions as much as possible, even as human as we are. And we must learn to mature from what we once were that may not be for the best of us. And some things we must just do away with. So I think everyone is settled in here. And in the 5-minute hour, we are about to take a journey. And that journey is going to be unveiled now. So I hope you have your essentials. Welcome to BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. I'm BB, and I am here to give my points of view, alleged tones, fact tones, but most of it is going to be opinionated pieces with the facts, with the allegeds. And then you walk away with however you feel. If you care to drop the comments, that would be cool. If they are derogatory, then they'll be blocked and deleted and vamos. But if they are fair and balanced comments, I could take the heat, okay? I have not been in media for over 30 years, and I come from a public figure family. So I was born in taking the heat. But if the comments are derogatory, then no. Nada. No. All right. So this blissful tone, I'm very glad to comment on it because it's been quite the moment for sports. And I always kept saying, coming into 2022, there's a shift in the atmosphere of how we engage, our relationships, our everything. A shift in the atmosphere. And that's why I so am a believer of being at peace and living a sacred lifestyle. Whatever the sacred is for you, that's just what is for you. And my sacred lifestyle has done me very well, even through any challenges or anything. Because even living a sacred lifestyle, you won't be free of challenges. You just have to learn how to navigate through the challenges and rise above. And when you can't rise above, maybe it is meant for you to exact, and then you exact. All right, so we are at another level, and we are here for those vibes. And those vibes start now. Thunder. It is the case of SWAC versus SWAC. SWAC versus SWAC. Are you SWAC? Are you SWAC? SWAC versus SWAC. Jackson State University is first in the SWAC. East, the Tigers. Alabama State University is fifth in the SWAC. East, the Hornets. JSU, ASU came together over the weekend to face off with one another. Final score, 26-12. Not a blowout whatsoever. But the blowouts that is making the latest headlines. And some who are giving their opinions have no idea what they're siding upon. Taking this side, taking that side. The head coaches, Coach Deion Sanders and Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. So, this is the case of the curve. Tapes, film, let's talk about the walkthrough. Post-game statements. SWAC versus the SWAC. 50-yard line. Coach Robinson says he was present. Nobody had to go find him. He was on the 50-yard line. Coach Saunders said no one was at that 50, and he was not going to chase around to find the coach because they were late, very late, late. Let's keep in mind that word, late. This is the case of the curve. Now, keeping it real and fair and balanced, I have my notes. I tasted my bloody drink. Because it's bloody ridiculous, actually, as an HBCU alumni. Ridiculous. But keeping it real, fair, and balanced. Facts, POVs, allegeds, all of that is in here. No one is immune to healthy doses of competition in sports. It's just a given. Myself, as a sportcaster, sport writer, sport producer, no one is against having a healthy competition with rivals. It's what makes everything go around, you know. ASU did have it coming on the rivalry. After handing JSU an L when Coach Prime first got there, and using the likeness therein of Deion's Jerry curl, and those were the days of the NFL, when he was in the NFL. However, rules of engagement. Jackson State, you have to do the petty in your house. But when you try to do it grandiose in someone else's house, well, thus here we are. Remember I said the word late. Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, Deion Sanders, he said they were too late to face off with the coach. Jackson State was running late. So he couldn't do that normal face-to-face. However, he was not late enough to do the walkthrough. If you're late to do the face-to-face with the coach as you are the guest and they are the host, then if you were not going to do that, maybe you should have submitted not to do the walkthrough, especially knowing that the players of the opposition were on their field in their house, and you chose to do that. But you were late, and myself, as a legal ego, that word late, too late to shake the coach's hand and talk over anything. Feel the vibe, read the room, read the football field, read the moment, read the moment. But he had time. Late to walk through. Was this intentional? Was this intimidation? Was it a fail? It was a fail. Like yesterday's prices is not today's prices. Yesterday kids of yesteryear are not the kids for this year. They were disrespectful, for sure. I looked at the tape, heard the tape, I saw what I saw. Too late for a face-to-face, but not too late for the walkabout with the opposing players on the field, in their house. We know that Deion loves to talk about God and the goodness, and that is great. But we also know that a lot of people can talk about God and His greatness, but then are you walking the walk and talking the talk? No pun intended. Disrespectful for sure for these young people, but they felt, and they know the rules of engagement as well. Most times, whether that's your all the time, why would you walk past, through, over, under, coming from out the sky, landing by parachute, by those players on the field? everybody is not in awe, and everybody is not amused, and everybody is not intimidated. And if he says it wasn't intentional or intimidation, okay. But it had to feel that way for them, for the children to go off. The Bible also says, when we who love God talk about God all the time, do not provoke the child to wrath. Do not provoke the child to wrath. Do not provoke the child to wrath. So it's a matter of opinion if this was provocative, provoked, all of that. Players wasn't having it. Late is late for all things. Late. And that word came directly from Coach Sanders. So if you were late to have the engagement with Coach Robinson, then you should have forfeited walking. Because, people, let's talk about Shannon Sharp and his commentary. We all can agree to disagree. Just like somebody's going to look at this and say, I do not agree. That's right. But Shannon said something on Undisputed. He said, when he started listing coaches in the HBCU history, and I was like, tisk, tisk. Those coaches, in my very strong opinion, would have never done that by getting there late and doing a walkthrough when you see players in their home stadium and walk through them. And I could definitely say that Pops, Coach Jeffries, legendary coach, would have never done that. Never. It's tacky. It's tacky. And I saw Coach this past weekend when I was covering the game. Still as poised as ever. And I mean, everybody has their vibe of perfectly imperfect, but that was just very wild right there. Conducting yourself, walking through an opponent's team, grouping is just behavior of petty and dragging it on through social media because of the diss, because of the curve, the case of the curve. Because it was diss, he was dismissed, he was sonned, it was just whack. And feelings was hurt, you know? I thought, let's give a round of applause to both sides of law enforcement. They did their jobs. They did their jobs. It got heated with both Coach Robinson and Coach Sanders. Deion's feeling was hurt. For sure. That's why he is with the petty, with the song that was made. A more regal coach would rise above and rein the young men in and just all of that, and wouldn't engage, no matter how undefeated the internet is, to take something. But he did not. So I would not put him in the conversations of the Willie Jeffries and all the other great coaches because he has not demonstrated that. Robinson's feelings was hurt as well. And hurt for his team. Because what else does anybody expect? You're at home. This is his house. His players. And he certainly wasn't going to be sucker free for nobody. Not even the great Deion Sanders. This whole I'm SWAC, he's not SWAC, that was out of hurt feelings and anger on Robinson's part. But let's go deep. It was a salty comment. And just as Deion had a song written for him, he could have a song and do the same thing. I'm SWAC. You said it. If y'all gonna be petty and chatty patties, Robinson might as well get in on it too and make some shirts and get a nice beat to it. Now we all know Deion is a part of the SWAC. However, there are glaring moments he shows that he's not well versed on the conferences and HBCU life, and that this is life for all of us, alumni and undergrads and the to-be babies to come. And it's not posy. You know, we're not going to forget when Deion threw jabs, like with the MEAC conference. The MEAC, some of the schools left the MEAC in HBCU land and went over to the SWAC. Well, what he wasn't well versed on is that happens in all four conferences at times. May it be football or basketball, and they leave and they go to another conference and then have to get that application back, okay? If they're not feeling over there, and they come back, and we've seen them come back. We've seen them come back. Like a ping pong. But that's the part that Deion wasn't well versed in, because he did not go to an HBCU, so he didn't even well verse himself on the experience as being an HBCU alumni or learning for which you come upon. And that's okay. But that was quite an ambitious thought that was not going to happen. The MEAC needs to fold and come over to the SWAC. And people who were just sitting there, I know, because I know a lot. And it was just like, what is he talking about? The MEAC, the SWAC, the SEAC, the CIAA, all have illustrious, beautiful history. And I did a post on that in video right here at BB Love Sports, so you can check that out. You have to know where you are. Here's the outro that I'm going to give. And we're going to lighten up the tone. And I thank you so much for being here with me on this chilled commentary. All right, everybody. We're going to turn it up on my outro. Are you ready? Sometimes you must use discernment, because when discernment isn't used, chaos happens. You must turn the other cheek sometimes, especially all the God people. And I'm a minister's granddaughter from the illustrious AME denomination, where the four horsemen bravely did their thing, and thus the AME church. I'm of the first family. So when I talk about this, and I speak of God, I am still speaking respectfully. But when you have people talk about God all the time, it must show in your actions, and not just for a soundbite, not for social media, not for anything. From the heart. From the heart. Because discernment will have you act more godly and be pleasing in God's sight. Sometimes you have to be still and know God is God. Just like saying, I'm SWAC, you're not SWAC. And like the person it was said to, you're hyping it up even more instead of deadening the situation as an adult and mature person and as a godly man, and be the example. One has to prove themselves more with their integrity than being the boastful one of saying, I'm filling seats. Like, what is your intent? To talk about how you can fill the seats, or how you can fulfill and take people of youth to their highest elevations? On the comment and chat boards, many people are not for the peacocking, no matter what it looks like. And they're not on the peacocking from anybody. Where there's greatness, there's always eyes on you. And while it is cool having sport fans, celebrities, and athletes singing your praises, not everyone is on the fame train, the jet, the yacht. Some are looking at the time and giving it time to see if you really are of what you say you are. For example, when we looked at the comments in the chats on the chat board, some are looking to see, since you're saying I'm SWAC and following up with foolishness, which was foolish for Robin to say, but for Deion following it up. Now you've opened the door everyone has been waiting for. You opened Pandora's box. I don't think Robinson intentionally knew he was handing the box to Deion to open. I don't think so. This is so delicious. But the box is open. What box, BB? You're SWAC. And this conversation has been happening ever since Deion, Coach Prime, Coach Sanders was named as head coach for the SWAC. Now that you think it's all fun and games with that remix and you following up those children and the childishness, instead of being the kind of coaches that would settle their team down and just focus. You know, it's best to be seen and not heard all the time. The powers that be and just people who been saying it all along are saying, okay, you SWAC, right? You HBCU. Now that Pandora's box is open and you open it, they're going to give it time and see after all 3 of the children have matriculated onward from the I Love. They are going to be looking to see if Coach Sanders, Coach Prime, Deion, Prime Time, my Floridian brother, will remain. How long will he remain after the children are matriculated? And prove he is SWAC to the I Love. I say this in the outro. SWAC heads, run your house. Run your house. It is a bad look for both of them, and it's a bad look dragging it. Commissioners, Board of Trustees, President, run your house. SWAC always have coaches come and go. HBCU has coaches come and go. NFL, NBA, hey, all around in sports, coaches come and go. Run your house. SWAC heads. Because the others are looking at us, and they are amused at the ignorance of it all. And there are many other coaches in other land that had a child play on their team, and they didn't get into all this here bad drama, buffoonery, step-fetch behavior. Also, in all of HBCU land, there are other coaches who had children or a child, and they played for them, and legacies, and you didn't see this type of drama. Right now, I could say the CIAA, the MEAC, and SEAC are probably praising God this isn't their mess, because they're running their houses. Again, when Deion was like, MEAC needs to fold, MEAC continued about their business and they ran their houses. They were not going to engage in any foolishness because they knew at that point that he was not well versed in how the conferences are run. I mean, HBCU has a rich history, steeped in pride, with founding fathers and founding mothers. Myself as an NCNW sister, of course, I'm not going to forget about Mary McLeod Bethune, whom Jackson State will be facing off with Bethune-Cookman. Lord knows we're going to see how that goes. But the founding fathers and the founding mothers, they created HBCUs along with parents and just the village, for the children to walk through doors of these institutions for greatness when it was once denied that we deserved to be educated because of our beautiful hue. Our beautiful hue. HBCU only needs those who purely want to help the children and not be a hindrance, and to lead by example and rising above and rising to your occasions, and by helping the institutions with pure motives and pure deeds. Again, coaches will come and go. Some will go by choice. Some will be ousted. And some will go by death. Those of us who do give for pure intent and for the love of HBCU. We give to continue the legacy of others who have come before us, for the legacy of ourselves, and for the legacy of who will come after us. We should always try not to be of our worst selves, when still you have ideologies of people who feel we are still less than. And find a way to rise above things and be a good look. Thank you so much for locking in, everybody. This is a terrific red drink. I think I did pretty good because I was pretty pissed, especially when of the beautiful hues of different shades are always looked at by somebody as not deserving. And I think that we as adults, we owe it to the children of the future to be of our better selves and to take ourselves more humble. Because anybody can get caught up, but just to take ourselves more humble. Because there are no winners here. And the children didn't win. But we have to lead by example. Okay. So when I come back for another live, everyone, I will be not talking about this. But we'll be talking about some good old college football. And we'll be going all around my POVs and talking about some things and even the games that I covered. And just go from there. Move forward with better steps. And don't let this whole social media life of smoke and mirrors get you caught up. Always have the integrity. So thanks so much for locking in, everybody. I am out. My candles will still go. My skellies will still be here. And we will be talking lots of sports. My daggers have been given. The roses with the thorns. The yin and the yang. And peace be unto you. All right, people. More to come. Stay great. Stay lifted. And thanks for locking in to Be Beloved Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. Be your sisters and brothers keeper, and keep integrity.